Bom dia, gente. This is Frederick from Portugal. This video is a very important video. It's about the 7 sins you can commit while being in Portugal, or 7 mistakes that can make your life hell and miserable while being in Portugal. Number 1, Portuguese love football. You can talk with the Portuguese hours about football. They read a lot about football or soccer. They have 3 newspapers that come on a daily basis, and we're talking about 10 million people, so this is quite a lot. But the thing you cannot do is criticize Cristiano Ronaldo. If you don't like him, if you have a different opinion about him, hush, don't talk about it. Why? Criticizing Cristiano Ronaldo is something you can do as a Portuguese. A Portuguese doesn't want to hear a foreigner talking bad about him, because this is like talking bad about Portugal. Number 2, the experience is very often people come from abroad, and of course when you look at Europe, then you have Spain and Portugal. They look very close. It's also a peninsula, so you think it's the same. It's not. It's not the same. The Spanish invaded Portugal. They were in war for many years. There's even a national holiday that celebrates the independence from the Spain. It's not the same country. There are a lot of cultural differences. For them, from a broad perspective, maybe not. But it's important to know Portugal is not Spain. Number 3, if you are thinking of maybe dating or getting married to a Portuguese, you have to understand something. The families are run by the women. So if you want to have a good standing in the family, if you want to have a good life, if you want to have a happy life, it's not just your wife, but it's also your mother-in-law. Don't criticize her. Don't talk back to her. Be nice to her. But because if she's happy, your wife, your husband is happy, and you're happy. So don't get in trouble with your mother-in-law. Number 4, Portuguese have a big pride in their food. The worst thing you can do is use ketchup or mayonnaise while eating your dinner, maybe even in a nice restaurant. Sounds weird, but happens. People will look at you. They will not tell you anything. But one of the worst things you can do is eat your food with ketchup or mayonnaise. Number 5. It's not a very timely country. In a business environment, you should be on time. But if you're invited at friends, maybe at 7 or 8 o'clock, don't show up on time. This is not polite. Don't even dare to come before the invited time. If it's 6:45, people will think you're totally crazy. If you come on time, people will be surprised. Oh, you're already here. Maybe 7:20, maybe 7:30. That's when you should arrive. Don't come an hour later. That's also bad. But don't be on time if you're privately invited to a dinner or a meeting. It's considered rude. Number 6, Portuguese are very polite. The language is sometimes maybe not polite, how they talk, but people do something, they don't criticize directly. I always call this dancing around the fire. If you want to criticize somebody, dance around the fire. They will realize quite fast that they're in the fire. They will respect it, but it's not very polite to criticize somebody in front of other people. It's probably not polite everywhere, but maybe socially more accepted to criticize and in your face maybe. This is not the case in Portugal. If you want to criticize, do it nicely. Go around the topic. Don't be too rude in your words. Don't be too direct in things. Don't be aggressive. You will see, if you talk about it and let them know indirectly that you're not happy, they will realize it and they will act accordingly. Number 7, and this is also quite important, I think. Don't confuse Portuguese modesty maybe with lack of self-esteem or lack of pride. It's a small country. The people are very interested also in international things. It's not a very extroverted society. This is not the culture. I've seen this very often. People come to Portugal, and of course, maybe if you're a little bit more extroverted, you will talk more. People will look at you and also hear you because they're also very polite. Don't do it. People are polite. People also, in a way, modest. They will listen to you. They discuss things, but they don't write about themselves. So if you would like to have a good standing among friends, don't be the one that boosts out yourself. I mean, of course, this also exists in Portugal on average. People are modest, they will listen, but they will doesn't mean that they like pride or self-esteem. That's it from my side. If you have more things from your side, or if you have a question or a comment, please leave in the comment. Subscribe to us and stop surviving, start living. See you in Portugal.